Rob, I hope you have subtitles.
Here, say some shit.
Am I? Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you for coming to the roast. We are now live.
I'll make sure if I can't.
Yeah, I know I'm on mute.
Woo!
This is gonna work. All microphone there.
Okay.
Don't mute it.
You all know why you're here. Hi, I'm Jacob. Everyone's here to roast me. I hope. Our sound problems we had our sound working like 10 minutes ago, and then suddenly it all just went to shit, and so now our poor online people have nothing going for them. Who's hosting this clusterfuck?
Are you looking at me?
I'm not supposed to host my own fucking
Give me this. I guess I'll host it. There was a guy named 8-Bit Donnie who was supposed to host it, but I guess this is my job now. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, come on. The man's fucking leaving. How's everybody doing tonight? That's what I love to hear. I can hear it through the headphones. That's great. Yeah, this is a roast of our beautiful Jacob Wanuch. A beautiful Jesus-looking man from Canada who flew to China to pretend to be the real Jesus here. That's how I honestly think. That's how I think he got here. But yeah, and tonight we're going to have a lot of wonderful speakers coming up and talking on this microphone. We have Leon. We have a couple more claps for him. We have someone all the way from Chongqing. We have Garrett. We have Rob all the way from his house. And I believe we have Nicole Too Much, and we may or may not have some other people popping in here. Obviously, if you're in the crowd and you want to hop up and talk shit about a man who's been here for how many years now, Jacob?
6 years.
6 fucking years. He could have had 2 children in that time and put them partially through kindergarten. I would have never taught Jacob's children. Never in a million years. You see that shit? Here's the thing. Jacob looks like one of those hippie ass parents who heals their kids' broken knees with crystals. Jacob looks like the kind of parent who's just like, oh, you have COVID? Here, let me just blow air on you. That'll fix it. That's or just here's some hot water. No, since apparently I'm hosting this now. Apparently I did actually start to write a song for Jacob because it's almost Christmas, right?
Yeah.
It's almost Christmas. We all know Jingle Bells, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
We all know Jingle Bells. I wrote a little ditty for Jacob and some of my fellow roasters who I was hoping would show up, and they did. So that's great. So I can mock them. Except for one of them, because I couldn't come up with proper rhymes for them, if I'm being honest. All right, so.
Name's complicated.
What?
Keep going there.
So, Jacob sucks roughly 10 men every each day. He just gets happy when he gets some ass play. Hey.
Rob just laughed, dude.
Rob just left. What the fuck? Why can't he stay here? We got Nicole. It's just as good. I guess it's cool. We got Leon here. He tells Fast and Furious jokes all the time. Don't worry about it. Coming up with it on the spot now. I think he tells those. Mostly because he only rides the bus all day because he can't get laid. Oh, jingle bells, Jacob can't get laid. That's why he's getting on Santa Play today. Hey, jingle bells, we got Garrett Roundtree. I still can't think of anything other than Roundtree. I don't know what you want from me. And on that note, I'm going to pass it off to our first actual roaster tonight.
Rob officially left.
Yeah, you know what? I'm down with it.
All right.
So, can we all give it up for our first actual roaster tonight? And our first actual roaster tonight is going to be Leon! Because you're the closest.
I know. I was just trying to give him COVID. That's why I sit closer to him. But anyways, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody excited about Jacob's departure? We ain't gonna see him anymore, guys. Come on, make some noise, man. Jacob's leaving. First of all, I think this is a day worth celebrating because y'all remember a couple of weeks ago we had a roast for Dave. Yeah, we had a roast for Dave, and it was a sad day. But the next day, China decided no more health codes, no more travel code. Everything is opened up. And I was wondering if this is a coincidence. China's just waiting for Dave to leave. As soon as that motherfucker left, everybody was like, okay, we can ease up the policy right now. So what's going to happen if Jacob leaves? Right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why it's so here's the thing I want to say about Jacob first. I don't know, what's that thing called? The person that's being roast?
The roastee?
The roastee, yeah.
The spit roaster.
The spit roaster?
Yeah.
All right, so I've been doing comedies with him for around 2 years from now, 1 year, 2 years,
A long time.
1.5 years. I don't know. He's not responding.
It's 3 years.
3 years. So yeah, right. Ever since the first Chengdu lockdown this year, I just realized his jokes just get darker and darker. At first, he was just talking about Catholics and kids. And afterwards, he started talking about Hitlers and kids and anal. And how he's talking about schools are like prison. And he's like the prison guards and kids and anal. It's just getting darker and darker. I'm just wondering if he's the Canadian Jesus who's gonna sing his gospel songs like Marilyn Manson. So last time I made the mistake, I only roasted Dave, and I realized you can roast fucking everybody.
Oh shit.
So I got a couple of things. So first, I want to think about Rob. So, Rob is not here anymore. Oh shit, Rob is no longer with us.
He's here. He's here in spirit.
All right. That's scary, dude.
He's a ghost.
Damn, man. COVID did a number on him. So, Rob was, one time Rob told a joke, said, since there aren't a lot of foreigners left in this country, he said that we should start treating foreigners like pandas. Thought about it, bad fucking idea. Because first of all, can you imagine 2 naked foreigners just sitting in a cage and surrounded by Chinese scientists, and all of them are wondering why are they not fucking yet? And one scientist said, well, maybe we should play them some porn, and then realized they played the wrong porn. They should have just played Asian porn, because that's what the foreigners like.
There was an actual cricket. I heard a cricket. Did you do that? No.
Who's fucking cricket?
My phone is the cricket.
Damn.
Holy shit!
I'm sorry, dude.
I've never laughed harder in my life.
Yo, don't bring nature into this 30-ass place, man.
We got actual.
I'm gonna roast Spirit ass next.
Oh shit!
He's afraid of crickets.
Oh.
Really? You're afraid of crickets?
I'm afraid of a lot of shit. I'm mostly afraid of crickets on stage, though. That shit was funny.
All right. He's gonna send me a lot of messages, and that's.
I thought the things that scare the most are the things that cannot handle a lot of weight.
Like the stage?
Yeah, the stage. All right, that joke was too deep. But anyways, so y'all stop talking about crickets, man.
Take your mic.
Hey, yo, Zoe. Yeah. Talk about the crickets later. So we're at a beer nest right now, and it's owned by Dieter. First of all, how many of you want Dieter to change the music playlist of this bar?
Oh, yeah.
coming too early on the day.
The whole thing feels like an underground bunker. You know, we are all gathered here because some zombie apocalypse is going on outside. Come on in, guys. We got food and shelter and alcohol. What else? Okay, so the last thing is Michael Hampton. He said that's my dad. Obviously, something wrong. Have you talked to Kaylin about this? Because some of you cheated. Like, I'm Asian, dude. Like, what the hell? So yeah, that's about it. Thank you, guys.
If I may, mathematically, it would have been Caitlin who cheated. That's just logic here. If I cheated with a Chinese girl, you would not be the thing that came out. That's just science. What do you mean? Why is that?
You got a science wrong, dude.
That's not. What the fuck are you talking about?
Seriously.
No, I don't. My science is absolutely accurate.
Why you turn the microphone away?
Because I didn't want to hear you talk anymore. All right, Jacob. How are you?
Okay.
That's good. We're gonna ignore him like he does every one of his lovers, and we're gonna go on to our next comedian of the night. Can we give it up for Garrett Roundtree? Him.
That's me. Hi. Hello, how are you? My name is Garrett. You've never met me. It's for the best. For you. Guys, I'm from Chongqing. I've been to Chengdu a few times. I don't come here a lot because I'm a punk little bitch. Yeah. I'm still working on my feelings. Guys, I should introduce myself more, but I'm going to skip that. I've known Jacob for about 3 years now. Jacob was one of the first people I met when I came to China on Grindr. A lot of people that are going to talk about Jacob today are going to make fun of Jacob for his long hair, his polyamory, his BDSM, his bisexuality, his looks like Jesus, his hair, and his phone number, which is all 6s. But not me. I'm going to make fun of him for who he is. I'm going to go deeper than all that bullshit. I'm going to cut through that cake. The same way that Jacob cuts through people's hearts when he leaves them for Canada after he's loved them for 3 years. Jacob is the definition of telling you all the ways you should change your life for the better. And then when he finishes, he looks down and he shrugs to the side and goes, but I don't know. Just to kind of disown it at the end. Jacob once told me that he loves alone time. Did you guys know that about Jacob? He likes to be alone. No, not for masturbation. I know that. Jacob's deeper than that. He has a philosophy degree.
A degree in bullshit.
But when Jacob gets to Canada, I think he's going to have a lot of alone time because the philosophy factory is now hiring. That was mean, right? I started to write these jokes like a few days ago. And I got to say, when you start to, it's my first ever roast, but when you start to write, you're like, holy shit, do I actually hate this person? I thought I liked them, but goddamn, this is mean. I've never read that book, Catcher in the Rye. Has anyone read that book? Have you read it? You read it?
Yeah.
So is Jacob. He has a philosophy degree. He's read everything.
Let's put a second mic in front of your face.
With Jacob gone, the Chengdu Comedy Club, which he has been a big part of for, is it 3 or 4 or 6 years? Nobody's counting. This club's never going to be the same. Finally, there's some time for real talent on stage.
Yeah!
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
Oh, God. Guys, I know what you're thinking. Jacob probably doesn't believe in science, but despite his long hair and hippie appearance, he does believe in vaccines. He's been vaccinated for, I don't know, fuck, there's no good punchline there. He's been vaccinated for HPV, STI, or something. That's because he's bisexual. Polyamory. I've always wished I could be polyamory, but I'm just not brave enough because my girlfriend won't let me. Oh God. Jacob is leaving. You guys, get off your goddamn phone! Sorry, I had that chick inside of me. That's when they don't even hear it. Jacob is leaving China. He's going back to Canada. Get off your goddamn phone! Sorry, I did it again. She's still not listening. Whatever. Jagga nega stuff. When Jacob gets back to Canada, not a lot of people know this. He's leaving because he's extremely anti-Semitic and he wants to go back to follow Kanye. I think that's all the jokes that I have. So.
No shit.
Jacob and Kanye. All right. Goodbye, Jacob. I have to say one more thing. Jacob, I really did love you. Jacob, I know I said a lot of bad things about him. I want to say one nice thing. Jacob could see things inside of me that I couldn't see myself. And that's because I couldn't see inside of my asshole when I've been over. Yeah, here you go, Jacob.
All right.
Woo! Can we give it up for Garrett? Come on!
Really
All right. We can actually have like a bunch of videos, and we're gonna try our best to basically do some videos from people from my school. Let's go to. Oh, there's so much shit here.
Holy shit! How much porn is on your laptop?
So much.
I need more beer. I'm
All
sorry.
right. What the fuck is that? Tim?
Duck under, duck under, duck under, duck under, duck under. Limbo, motherfucker.
Sorry, I gotta get beer.
Limbo, 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 limbo. Tim Bigelow? Tim sent you a video?
Yes, Jacob, how are you doing, mate? I was very happy to be asked to be involved in your farewell roast. But I'll be honest with you, though, mate, I was actually very surprised with the timing of it all. I mean, only you, Jacob, would decide to leave China just weeks after the heavy lockdown restrictions have ended. I mean, I've got no... Yes, Jacob, how are you doing, mate? I was very happy to be asked to be involved in your farewell roast. But I'll be honest with you, though, mate, I was actually very... Yes, Jacob, how are you doing, mate? I was very happy to be asked to be involved in your farewell roast. But I'll be honest with you, though, mate, I was actually very surprised with the timing of it all. I mean, only you, Jacob, would decide to leave China just weeks after the heavy lockdown restrictions have ended. I mean, I've got no idea what's going on there, mate. But yeah, we can say, though, that Jacob is a good comedian. I mean, that is actually quite a hard sentence to say about someone who does poetry at a Harry Potter-themed cafe. Although I think we can all agree that Jacob was an absolute wizard the way he went about shagging his teaching assistants whilst on the job and thinking that he could get away with it. Yeah, but I was very happy to be offered to perform in a sketch that Jacob wrote. Well, I was happy about it until I found out that that sketch was actually about Dungeons and Dragons. And that made me realise, it doesn't matter how much of a loser I am in my life in so many ways, right? I thought, at least I don't like this nerd shit that you're into, mate. Seriously. But I do know that Dungeons and Dragons is a very important game for you, because I know that helped you get offered your first ever threesome. Well, that threesome was actually just a side quest within the game. And even then you couldn't actually act on it because it would have broken your golden rule in the Chengdu Dungeons and Dragons Club, which is no sex allowed, which is a real shame, man. Yeah, like, I think we can all agree that Jacob is an honest, he's an earnest individual, you know, he's political, he's got his heart in the right place. And I just want to tell you now, man, that is all going to come tumbling down when you go back to Canada, because you are going to miss your white privilege so much. You are going to do anything to get it back. I mean, you are going to go from socialist to far right extremist in around don't know, I reckon about 6 months. Like, I know that you're very excited to write your great replacement manifesto in poetry format. And if it makes you feel better, I will at least read it, and everyone in the Harry Potter themed cafe will as well. Yeah, and Jacob, yeah, also does a comedy character about a crazy cat lady, which is quite funny because that is actually the only kind of pussy he is going to get back in Toronto. So yeah, good luck to you, man. Yeah, I just want to say, dude, that I'm excited to see you again whenever and wherever that is. Yeah, you know, you're going back home to Canada. Like, I'm a long-haired hippie. You know, you're a long-haired literature nerd. We've got some similarities, okay? And I can tell you right now that the only place that you and I have in Western society is working as extras in that new Lord of the Rings prequel. So yeah, good luck back home. Trust me, man, you are going to need it, mate. So yeah, I was really happy to be asked. I'm sure you've had a great night, man. You're going to be really heavily missed out there. And yeah, thanks to everyone at Chengdu Comedy Club for asking me to do this. And yes, cheers.
I don't know. I think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna be able to do much from this computer. I don't think it's worth doing that.
Look, man.
Here.
I'll do as many accents as I fucking need to. As long as it doesn't make me look like a racist piece of shit, I'm okay with it.
All right, you want to try another one? Then?
Yeah, why the fuck not?
All right, let's try.
Who wants to hear me do random accents for the next 2 minutes? Please don't be.
All right, you can do Professor Dave.
I can do Dave. I can do Dave. I've known that fucker for so long. It's fine. I've been waiting for this moment. Also, I'm gonna be depressed that Dave is here. Oh shit.
Yeah. What's up, Chengdu? What's going on?
What's up,
I really do miss Chengdu a lot. I miss the comedy club so much, but I'm hearing some good news coming out of Chengdu. Finally, that terrible plague that's just been there for years, just been destroying life everywhere in Chengdu, is finally coming to an end. I'm talking, of course, about Jacob Wanuch. He's finally leaving, and things will be so much better when I come back. I can't wait to come back to Chengdu without Jacob Wanuch. Of course, he's going back to Canada. He wants to be among his own people. He's not comfortable here. He can only be among other people who are woke, snowflake, libtards. You know, people in China who just keep getting his pronouns wrong. He can't handle that. They keep using ta when that's not right. He's going to go back home to Canada. He's going to tell everybody his pronouns are Gwawadza and Tamadashapi. Jacob,
he used Chinese! He fucked me!
had a lot of trouble with monogamy over the years. He's very much against monogamy, which means that it's very difficult for him to be with just one person for a length of time. It suits his character. It's very difficult for him to get just one person to laugh at any of his jokes. His
also very
jokes are awful. They're worse than COVID. I have seen him with a few different ladies over the years, but it's always been very obvious that Jacob is also into men. He's just a very kinky guy. He's into all sorts of things. You know, Jacob likes to get his fingernails painted. He also likes to get his butthole painted with semen.
He also likes to get his butthole painted.
Penises. Gay dudes. Jacob has long hair. He also likes long penises in his butthole.
He also likes long
Jacob has
penises in his ass.
a beard on his face. He also has a beard in the sense that he has
He also has a
girls to
beard
cover
in
up
the
the fact
sense
that he's
that he has girls to cover up the fact that he's gay.
Who else is there? Who's been talking shit about me tonight? Was Corey talking shit about me? Corey, what are you waiting for? You want to come to
Corey was talking shit about me.
It's perfect for you.
Corey, what are you waiting
With
for?
all
Come
the
and see me.
Buddhism, I mean, look at that right there.
Look, Thailand has more Buddhism
And
than China.
there's your
Fuck you.
choice of lady boys and child prostitutes. I don't know what you're waiting
And
for.
we
It's a
got
dream
lady
come
boys
true
and
for you.
child prostitutes. Your
For the
two
rest of
favorite
everybody
things.
else who's there, I just want to say on a serious note, fuck all of you
Serious
people.
note. You're all good people. The video's over, guys. Professor Dave. gonna get so much shit from him later for that shit.
Does anyone have like a quarter-inch, like a headphone jack? Hold on, let me always get
If I take the headphones out, you have one.
Okay, I'll trade you headphones.
I don't care. Just take this. Just take it.
No.
I don't need to hear. I know it's good.
All right.
I tested it. We're
We
fine.
have a solution for our other videos.
I already tested my solution, and it's done. What? Have you noticed how prepared we ever are for fucking anything?
I came in here.
Like we were just sitting down drinking. Like when John showed up, we were sitting down drinking and shit, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, there must be a super prepared." No, fucking sometimes the microphone doesn't work when we're on stage, and we just yell at people. We're like, "Hey, you are here, John!" Like that's what we do on like a nightly basis.
All right, let's try.
You're right. Sometimes it does start an hour late, and we're still fucking here.
Let's try number 3.
Oh, wait. Don't start number 3. Well, fucking start it, I guess. But we're not supposed to do it yet. There's a fucking order of operations to this shit like that. Fuck, Nicole.
Sure.
Hi, guys. I'm back to my hosting duties. Can we all give it up for the fabulous, the wonderful, the amazing Nico too much?
Alright. This is our COVID positive gather party. Do we have any negative in the room?
Me.
You negative?
Yeah.
Just me. Just the two. So everybody spit on their face. No. Alright, that's bad. Okay, so tonight, let's do that together. Let's cheers to Jacob. Cheers!
Cheers to Jacob! Fuck yes!
That's the right way to feel. All right, so Jacob. Ever since I met Jacob, Jacob's voice is always so like softly spoken. And I met Agatha. I think even Agatha got bigger balls than him. I don't know why Jacob is always shamelessly calling himself Jesus. Why? Why do you do you love Jesus?
Oh shit.
Or you just want to beat him? A complicated love. After I know Jacob, I learned that being creepy is okay. It's just his personality. And it is good that Jacob is leaving China. Imagine when Jacob is already like a gray old man and he's still teaching little kids with his soft pedal voice. And he also looks like Charles Manson's son. Right? No?
He does.
This one point I want to hurt his feeling. I would like the last time I wrote him, I tried to hurt his feelings. So I said, Jacob, you suck toes. He's like, yeah. So, and also years ago, because we know each other all the time, years ago he took me to the BDSM bar with a bunch of other people. And I thought it was so cool. He knows the best place to go. And like 2 years ago, I went to that place again. That bar is closed. So I asked Jacob, I said, like, do they have another spot? Jacob was like, yes, I will take you this time. And we went there. And this time what happened is he ended up being tied up in the air and begging people to whip him. So I stepped out as his fellow comedian friend. and I start whipping him really hard. Again, I still just trying to hurt him, but he just seems to like it and like it more and more. And I guess what I really want to say is, for knowing Jacob this year, I learned that psychopaths also have feeling too. And, you know, you can still be friends with them, and they're human too. Love you, Jacob. That's all.
Can we give it up for Nico too much? I also like to imagine that fucking whipping scenario where she's like, "Stop using shitty puns on stage!" Like the whole fucking time. Jacob, I believe you have another video for us, yeah?
Yes, but I'm trying to figure out.
Jacob actually contacted other comedians to send videos because he did. Don't worry. Don't ruin the illusion, Dieter. Don't ruin me making Jacob look sad. You bastard. Fucking Jacob is now doing audio-related tests. He's checking his speaker. For those of you who haven't figured out what a speaker is, it's the thing that pushes sound out of it. Let's see what happens next. Oh, gee willikers. He's got a video. Oh.
Jacob, the roast of Jacob Wanuch, stupid name. The roast of Jacob as he's leaving. Finally, we're getting rid of this guy. It's taken years. He asked me after an open mic one night, could he do a spot, and we haven't been able to get rid of him since. So finally, we're getting rid of the man, Jacob. Jacob, what can I say about him? A man so thin that he could do a poster ad campaign for the opioid crisis. You know, he's leaving. We're going to be sad to see him go. We love Jacob. We're very proud of Jacob, of course. We're all very proud of him. You know, when I first met Jacob, he was like disheveled, you know, badly dressed, totally broke, and you know, he hasn't changed a bit. So that's what we're proud of, but he hasn't changed. He's stuck to his roots. We're disappointed to see Jacob go, of course, you know, to be honest. Probably not as disappointed as his family are to have him back. No, but we love him. We love Jacob. You know, we all at the Chengdu Comedy Club love Jacob. We will continue to love Jacob for as long as those sexual assault cases aren't proven. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. The test will come back negative. I hope. So we're gonna miss you. You know, you're going on to new pastures, new exciting things. Jacob is someone who's built a career teaching English because he can speak it. You know, a skill that he learned before the age of 4 years old. So just rendering any education after 4 years old completely useless. But I'm sure with those kind of skills and talents, you know, he'll do really well, and his prospects are really, really good in Canada. I'll see you back in 6 months. That's it. Jacob's leaving. He's leaving along with his wife Agatha, who I've only met a couple of times. I hope that relationship is strong. I've never seen the two of them together, but I hope they'll be very happy over there. And yeah, we're gonna miss you, seriously. I would be over there in person myself to give you a big hug, but I'm negative. I don't have COVID, so that would kind of mean physical interaction will be pointless. I'll see you somewhere in the world.
It's not me.
It's part of the show, no?
It's part of the show, everybody.
Let's do one more video and no more of that.
Yo, can I just say
I
something
wanted
real
to.
quick?
I wanted to say something real quick. I mean, here, finish. Actually, we'll finish the videos first, and then I'll do my thing.
Okay.
Let's do the videos.
So if you're seeing this, that means we're at Jacob's roast. All right, and I wanted to be there personally. I wanted to invite every single person that I think Jacob slept with, but I don't think we'd have enough seats. Jacob is one of the first people I've met who's polyamory. I didn't even know that was possible. All right. Now, while the rest of us have to put up with a clingy, complaining partner, Jacob is dating Claudette, Bridget, Gary. When one of them gets too clingy, Jacob's like, yeah, this is getting a bit too much for me. It's definitely you, not me. Don't worry, I'll find like a new person or other people. I'll be happy. But can you get out of my apartment, please? It's no secret that Jacob is into BDSM. Okay. That stands for Barry, Donnie, Sam, and Mitch. Some of you might be wondering why Jacob is going back to Canada. Now, it's a secret. I don't think I'm supposed to tell anyone, but Jacob's tribe finally got him a job at the casino that he always wanted. So Jacob, in my opinion, is the ultimate minority. He's a bisexual native Canadian who is transgender light. So if he was just a little bit brown, he could be the next press secretary for the Biden administration. If Jacob was a superhero, he'd be the lamest superhero. He'd be a skinny guy that dresses like a chick, and his superpower would be poetry. In all seriousness, Jacob, I'm gonna miss you in a very heterosexual way. You've been a great asset and a friend. You know, you're the one guy who's always trying to do workshops and trying to help people. And you know, if Jesus was a comedian, he'd probably be nothing like you. But close enough. So Jacob, I hope to see you again.
Jacob told me he was leaving China. I was really shocked and sad. So I was trying to convince him to stay. I said, Jacob, please, don't leave. Just come to Chongqing. Chongqing is great. Do things. how Chinese people would be like, wow, and he's so good. I love it. And the really pissed off. Said, of course, one of you. Jesus. That's his joke. And it's really impressed. Remember one time I was with my jokes, I did help. So Jake asked all minutes, and it was over an hour. Are my jokes really that terrible that you have to rewrite every single one? But the joke worked really show. So I said to Miss Milassa, jokes, they're good. And to know how to have good jokes, really in yourself. Just now, Jacob is first good comedian I know in person. It's like my mentor, and I still, first time I saw him on the stage, he was confident. I want to be his living. So I just want to ask you, Jake, can I just replace you in Chengdu? You know, recently the virus is really crazy.
So I do want to say something real quick. This is gonna be my one emotional moment of the night, because I'm an emotional little bitch. For those of you who don't know, I am.
Cry in front of us.
I will not cry in front of you because the camera won't pick it up.
You're that type of girl gonna tip a shit.
She's like, how dare you not cry after sex? That's what that shit was. Fucking take him off! No, I do actually, someone brought it up earlier. They were talking about the first time they met Jacob. And I actually do remember the first time I met Jacob very vividly, because the more I drink, so Jacob taught me about a magical thing called state-dependent memory, which I feel like he has right after every sexual experience that he's ever had in his entire life. But so like I get it after drinking. And the very first time I met Jacob, the very first time, I remember like seeing him get on stage, and it was at like the Berlin House, and it was fucking closing and shit. And I remember like seeing him come up like right after me. He was like hosting or some shit that night, but he came up with his fucking guitar. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember being to myself like, what kind of dumbass fucking comedian comes up with a motherfucking guitar? Stupid ass musical comedian bullshit. I remember saying that to myself and saying it to my wife at the time, and then like anyone else who would fucking listen. I was like talking massive shit, and then like Jacob came off the stage, and I came to talk to him and shit, and like he was just a soft-spoken, nice fucking guy, and I fucking hated him. I legitimately hated him. Like the moment I fucking met him, I hated his ass because I was like, how you gonna walk off stage after playing some shit ass guitar? This is my inner monologue at the time. I was like, how you gonna walk off stage after playing some shit ass guitar? And they're gonna be like, hey man, you did okay. You'll do better next time. I'm like, bitch. Bitch, you missed like 12 chords in your own song that you made up. How the fuck you gonna come at me? I don't know if you know this. Jacob quit doing fucking guitar on stage for a while, all right? Jacob is not a musical comedian anymore. This shit drives me fucking bonkers. My ass thinks about that at least twice a day. I think about that interaction twice a day. I'm like, this motherfucker came off stage and said, you did okay. After he fucked up that hard. How bad did you do? And I was like, oh shit. If I'm in the same level as him, I did awful. And I think about that shit often. I do think about one joke that Jacob tells. I do. I think about it a lot, actually. It's the orphan joke. For those of you who don't know the orphan joke, Jacob, if you will, for a moment, because I know you do that shit best. You the whole thing for a moment. Oh, you out if I may.
All right. How about I start it out? What part do you need me to talk about?
All of it. Jacob's orphan joke.
I'm gonna start it out, but I'm not gonna finish the whole thing because it takes like fucking 5 minutes.
It does.
And here's the thing, I really believe in like representation in movies. You know, like I love like Black Panther because that's like the first time like little black kids could be watching it and say like, Mom, you know, like maybe one day I can grow up and beat the shit out of people with no consequences. Just because they watch it on the screen, right? And then their mom can come and say, honey, you can already be a police officer. And there's one group that's really heavily overrepresented in movies. And I think we all know what group this is. We just keep seeing them again and again on the screen. And that group, of course, is orphans. Think about it. Superman is an orphan. Batman's an orphan. Shazam is a family of orphans. Spider-Man's adoptive parent dies, making him a double orphan. Just endless orphans on the screen, and it's a harmful stereotype, I think. It's not realistic. Is that enough? Can we?
That's enough. No, I genuinely love the orphan joke as a half orphan. I fucking feel it. Like my dad died a long time ago, and I'm part of a very special club called the Dead Dads Club. Who we got part of it? Woo! We got snapping and shit. That's depressing as fuck. I've never seen anybody snap for their dead father, but I'm fucking down with it. Are you okay with this sentence? Nope, not gonna say it. All right. All right.
Oh, bitch, what dance?
Oh, of course, Garrett wants to say some shit. You know what, Garrett? Garrett's had several beers.
Jacob, I never thought much of you. Until I saw Agatha. At that moment, I wanted to fuck you.
Now, in front of a camera.
Ladies, I don't know what you're into. It's confusing. For you,
have to pay to see it.
But
when
I put my dick in Agatha, I cried. Goodbye, Jacob. Goodbye. Take care. Take care.
Beautiful, beautiful. Leon has some final words to say, I believe.
So, for those of you who don't really know, this is more like an inside joke. So, in the Chengdu Comedy Club, Jacob is the most technical comedian ever. Like he will overanalyze every single joke. I mean, overanalyze it.
Fuck me.
Like one time we were at this workshop because Corey gonna have a showcase, and Corey told us every single joke he's the next day on stage. And one joke, Jacob just keeps saying, "Oh, that joke is so smart. It's super smart. It's really, really smart." And Corey tried on the stage, nobody laughed. Didn't know if it's too smart for the audience or like first time I saw Jacob on stage, he tried one joke, did the punchline, nobody said anything.
He's too smart.
I'm like, that's a pretty good bit. And then even in the middle of the night, I started laughing. Like, that shit was pretty scary. Like, that's why some dark shit, dude. All right, that's it, man. Gonna miss you, dude.
I think we can all agree we're gonna miss Jacob Wanuch and the cock he brings to the stage and off of it. But I would be remiss if I didn't say, Jacob, I love you like a brother. You're a great fucking guy. Cheers to Jacob Wanuch. And I hope that was the proper noise. I'm okay with it. And I hope he has a beautiful career going forward. And I hope everyone here has a beautiful night going forward. Let's get fucking wasted to forget to do. Oh, wait, time out. Jacob gets to talk shit about every single one of us. I was hoping I could take the microphone long enough that he couldn't. But I was wrong.
All right, my turn, motherfuckers. First of all, God damn it, Dave fucking left. Now there's no one good left to roast me.
Yeah, we didn't even try. We didn't even try.
We're trying to find.
I made a Jingle Bells joke.
Dave tried, but he didn't last very long.
That's why his wife went to
All right,
the
let's
Philippines.
go through the fucking list. Rob, we saw Rob briefly there. Rob is living proof that even an English language comedian in Chengdu can be washed up.
That's right.
And let's say this, man. Rob, if you're watching, how did you ever manage to wash up without ever being successful? Here's the thing, Rob, he's not even that old. He looks like he is, man. I'm pretty sure he came to China and found the fountain of premature aging. That's what happened there. Leon, one thing about Leon that still impresses me to this day is how he ever managed to get a mask over those fucking elephant ears. Leon's face has such exaggerated features that he looks like a caricature of himself. Sometimes he talks about being Michael Hampton's son, which makes sense. That explains how he got the elephant features. Michael, man, they say people are 70% water, but Michael Hampton is 70% cheap liquor.
That's true.
Michael Hampton can use his own spit as hand sanitizer. Here's the thing. That man, he would have learned to count to 3 if bars offered triples as well as doubles. Right now, the only numbers he knows are single, double, and bucket.
Oh, shit.
All right, we saw Corey briefly there. Corey is a Jewish Buddhist who definitely leans right wing, and he believes in some really fucking strange things, like Alex Jones level of unbelievable. For example, he thinks he's funny. I think comedy could have been learned by an AI from 2010. And even if an artificial intelligence managed to copy Corey's comedy, it would not be proof of intelligence.
The pettiness.
Garrett, you told me a little too late, and I don't mean to this roast.
He's pregnant.
You're the worst white shit I've ever had to swallow.
Holy shit. I can't laugh like this anymore.
I'm pretty sure Nicole Too Much started comedy because she just wants to make someone other than her boyfriend uncomfortable. As a comedian, Nicole reminds me a little bit of Louis C.K. in that I think one day she'll get in trouble for masturbating. In fact, if you put Nicole and Bill Cosby in a room together, I don't know who I'd be more scared for. In all fucking honesty, I love everyone who came out tonight, who's watching, who contributed to this. My time here would not have been worth half as much without all of you kind of indulging my shitty comedy.
Yeah.
And
We allowed it.
I'm going to miss the shit out of everybody here. which is the best sentence I could hope to say after living with people for a long time. So thank you guys so fucking much. Let's get your face. Let's get out
And on that fucking note, let's end this shit on a high note. Cheers to Jacob Wanuch! And everyone who was involved. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up. Thank you so much for everyone for being involved in general.
I got this so bad.
Mwah. I love all of you. Bye.
Everybody. Well, I appreciate it, man.
I didn't even know it was